The skincare industry is changing pretty drastically, and if you don't already use peptides in your skincare regimen, then you need to watch this video because you're missing out on some major collagen boosting power. My name is Dr. Swati Cannon, and I am a board certified dermatologist out here in California. So what are peptides? Peptides are amino acids which are basically building blocks of proteins. And these proteins make up collagen, elastin, the keratin in our hair, melanin in our skin. So these proteins make up a lot of different parts of our bodies. And peptides are basically fragments of these proteins composed of amino acids. So amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and peptides are fragments of protein made up of these building blocks. And as we get older, all of these proteins like the elastin and the collagen, as everything else, starts to degrade, and it gets broken down even more by other things like sun exposure and photo damage. This then causes fine lines, wrinkles, loss of firmness. The goal of everything really in skincare is how do we build more collagen? How do we build more elastin? How do we retain the firmness and the suppleness of the skin that usually characterizes youthful faces? By the way, using peptides is like an advanced skincare level game. So if you have already honed down your basic skincare regimen with vitamin C and sunscreen, moisturizers, retinoids, moisturizers, if you already honed it down and you're very consistent with it, yes, you can up the game by using peptides. However, using a lot of ingredients at once without being consistent with it is not going to get you far in the skincare game. So be consistent with your skincare routine, and that's going to get you much further. So by the way, I do have a video on how to create a skincare regimen. This gives you templates for morning routines and nighttime routines. If you don't know where to start, this is the first video that you should watch. How do peptides work? So peptides trick your skin into thinking that there's an injury or a wound. Whenever your skin thinks that there's an injury, it's going to start releasing all of these growth factors to start help making more collagen to heal that injury. For some people though, tricking the skin into thinking there's a wound can actually lead to a lot more inflammation than their skin can handle. So if you do get red and irritated, then don't use these peptides. However, there are certain peptides that are anti-inflammatory, and we will definitely cover those. Research for peptides is telling us that peptides can help make more collagen. However, this isn't as surefire as retinoids or alpha hydroxy acids. We definitely know that those two ingredients help make more collagen, but not everyone can tolerate them because they're so irritating. So for those patients, peptides are a very great ingredient in their skincare regimen. But we definitely need more research to show its long-term efficacy. What are the benefits of peptides? Since they help with collagen production, we know that they can probably help decrease fine lines and increase the firmness of the skin. They can also help hydrate the skin when combined with other hydrating ingredients. So you'll often see peptides and hyaluronic acid be combined together. Increasing collagen and hydration then helps to repair or strengthen the skincare barrier. And some of these peptides, as I mentioned before, are anti-inflammatory as well. So for patients that have rosacea or sensitive skin, there are peptides that can be helpful for them. The downside of peptides is that we still need more research like I talked about before. However, research so far has been promising. But some peptides are very costly, and I don't want you to go spend like $500-$600 on peptides when you have a limited budget. I'd rather you spend that money on in-office procedures that we know are a lot more effective than, plain skincare. Also, peptides are a very confusing ingredient. I think it's one of the most complicated skincare ingredients because when you just look at the bottle, it's just going to say peptides. But you have to know what kinds of peptides, what do these peptides do? How is it going to help my skin? And so when you see that blanket statement of peptides, you have to look further and be a very advanced consumer. And so that's why I actually wanted to make this video to help people make more educated decisions about peptides in their skincare. So if you made it to this part of this video, please let me know, are you using peptides? Do you like them? And please also hit the subscribe button and share this video with others so that I can continue growing my channel. There are 4 types of peptides used in skincare. So there's the signaling peptides, and these are literally signaling your skin into thinking that there's an injury. This then leads to a cascade of events which releases growth factors and causes collagen remodeling and more collagen, more elastin. They do what the name says. They signal the skin. And this is really where the money is at. Usually the signal peptides will start with like di or tri in the beginning of their names. The most effective signal peptides are the ones that resemble broken down collagen, because then these broken down collagen molecules then go into the skin and it tricks the skin into thinking, hey, I've already started making collagen, so can we finish making this collagen? The second type of peptide is a carrier peptide. And you probably heard of these because you probably heard of copper peptides, which is a carrier peptides. Carrier peptides carry? They carry copper and manganese. And copper is a very vital element that's necessary with collagen production, which is also important in wound healing. So again, it's tricking your skin into thinking that there's an injury to help make more collagen. The third type of peptide is the enzyme inhibitors. So enzyme inhibitors inhibit enzymes. What are enzymes? So enzymes are basically proteins within the skin or really any part of the body that carry out a chemical reaction. And so these inhibitors basically stop the chemical reaction from happening. So when we relate that to collagen, well, there's a lot of chemical reactions that break down collagen, that break down elastin. So these enzyme inhibitors prevent the breaking down of collagen so that we keep what we have. Some of these inhibitors are derived from rice and soy. The rice ones help to stop breakdown on collagen, and the soy ones can help with pigment issues and collagen breakdown issues. The fourth type of peptide is the neurotransmitter peptide. This is probably where you've seen Botox in a jar. A neurotransmitter peptide acts similarly to Botox, where it stops the muscle from contracting. And when we stop the muscle from contracting, we can soften up the wrinkles caused by muscle movement. And that's exactly what Botox does. But Botox is a lot more effective because it's injected into the skin, whereas Botox in a bottle is very much a marketing gimmick. And of course, a topical neurotransmitter peptide cream is not going to be as effective as injectable Botox. But the most popular neurotransmitter peptide is arginine. And I have talked about arginine before too. I talked about it in this video where I talk about the top treatments for wrinkles. So arginine is a neurotransmitter peptide, and we have research that shows that perhaps this peptide helps prolong Botox. So the problem with Botox is that every 3 months we have to get more Botox, otherwise the muscle kind of goes back to its normal activity. So perhaps arginine can help prolong Botox. And when they've used arginine around the eyes, they have found that it has helped to lessen the fine lines around the eyes. And this makes sense because the muscle here is called the orbicularis oculi, and that muscle is right underneath the skin. And so this arginine peptide cream is going to penetrate and go straight into the muscle. Whereas if I put it like on my cheek where my skin is very thick and the muscle is really deep, it's not really gonna penetrate as well. Finally, there is one category of peptides called the antimicrobial peptides that might be helpful down the line. Our skin already makes these antimicrobial peptides to help fight against not parasites. Hopefully we're not getting parasites in America, but to help fight against bacteria and viruses that try to break through and enter the skin. And we know that dysregulation of these antimicrobial peptides contribute to chronic inflammatory conditions like rosacea, psoriasis, and eczema. I'm really looking forward to how the skincare industry is going to incorporate these antimicrobial peptides into skincare, because I think it will be very good for these chronic issues. Now let's go over product recommendations. In general, you can combine peptides with almost every other skincare ingredient. So you can combine peptides with vitamin C, with hyaluronic acid, with moisturizers, with retinoids. You just want to be careful when you see copper peptide and vitamin C together. And that's because vitamin C can alter or might alter the effectiveness of the copper peptide. And so if you want to use a vitamin C and a copper peptide, just wait 10 or 15 minutes before you use the second product. You also don't need to use peptides in multiple skincare products. Like you don't need it in a serum, in a moisturizer, in a mask. Just pick one product and use it. So starting off, there's the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Serum. This used to be called the Ordinary Buffet Serum. And this one can come with and without copper. This one is very popular at a price point of $30 for 2 ounces, which is like really cheap. And it has several peptides, one of them called the Matrixyl 3000. I know it sounds like a really fancy Xbox game. Do people still play Xbox? I don't know. Anyway, the Matrixyl 3000. So Matrixyl 3000 is like the OG, the original peptide that was created by a company in France. And there is a lot of research actually surrounding this particular peptide. And so I do like products that incorporate this peptide into their creams or into their serums. The Ordinary Buffet Multi-Peptide Serum also contains another peptide, which is called Matrixyl Synthesis 6 Peptide Complex. And this is developed by the same company that made the Matrixyl 3000. Anyway, so these peptides are really well studied, and it helps to improve fine lines and wrinkles and helps to build collagen. So if you want to try a peptide serum, I think this is a really good one to try. The Ordinary also makes an arginine solution, and this is the neurotransmitter peptide that we were talking about earlier. There was a paper that studied arginine solution in combination with the Matrixyl 10% HA, and they found that the combination around the eyes helped to decrease fine lines. I don't think it's Botox in a jar, but I think if you want to try it, these are relatively inexpensive products, and so if you want to try it, definitely do so and let me know how it goes. As you can see, I bought these bottles to try, but I never really used them because it actually irritated my skin. So remember I was telling you that there are some peptides that can irritate the skin, and so I do think that some of these peptides that are, even though that they're well studied, they can irritate the skin, and if you get some irritation, just stop using the product. Dermatology is another brand, and this makes a Matrixyl 3000 collagen boosting serum. I actually have been using this one and I do like it. The Matrixyl 3000 is the same one that's used in the Ordinary brand that I just talked about, and this one's at a price point about $40. This one also contains glycerin, so it helps to hydrate the skin and moisturize at the same time while firming the skin. Paula's Choice has a peptide booster serum that has 8 different peptides. So this helps not only to improve firmness, but it also has anti-inflammatory peptides as well. So this is a really great product for those of you who have sensitive skin who want to, sorry, there's like hair in my mouth. That's a problem when you wear lipsticks. Like I really love wearing lipsticks, but then the hair always gets stuck to the lipstick. Anyway, Paula's Choice Booster Serum has anti-inflammatory peptides and collagen boosting peptides, and it's really great for patients who have sensitive skin because it won't irritate your skin so much. This one also has antioxidants, and I think usually most of these companies will tell you to use the serum twice a day, and that's fine if you want to. And this one's at a price point of about $55. Paula's Choice actually also makes a C5 booster serum that I've talked about before, so it contains vitamin C and peptides. The vitamin C is in the form of ethyl ascorbic acid, which is very similar to L-ascorbic acid, and so it's a very potent form of vitamin C. And I recommend this one for patients who don't have sensitive skin. For more on vitamin C, by the way, please see this video on vitamin C where I go over the different product recommendations for different skin types. This one also contains hexapeptide 5, which is a signaling peptide very similar to a protein called fibronectin that we make inside of our own skin. And so fibronectin is a protein during wound healing. So again, the signaling peptide is telling the skin, hey, there is a wound, please come repair it. So when we're combining peptides in vitamin C, do we perhaps get more collagen boosting power? Possibly. And that's because vitamin C is one of the vitamins needed to make collagen. This one costs about $45. Peach and Lily Pro Firming Peptide Moisturizer. This one has about 12 different peptides, and it has carrier peptides and signaling peptides and broken down collagen amino acids, which I said earlier were the best types of signaling peptides to use for the skin. All of these peptides are really helpful in building more collagen. This one also contains a whole bunch of other hydrating and moisturizing ingredients, so it's a really great moisturizer to be able to use at nighttime or even in the morning if you wanted. At a price point of $43, this one is very reasonable for all the peptides and the moisturizing that you get. I actually really like when moisturizers contain peptides. I think the best combo really is your hydrating ingredients with your peptides. So I like moisturizers with peptides. The Drunk Elephant Proteiny Peptide Firming Moisturizer is another moisturizer with peptides, and this one's about $68. This one is a little bit more expensive, and it contains 9 different signaling peptides and vitamin B. So it helps to hydrate and build collagen. Allies of Skin makes a retinol and peptide night repair cream. So the retinol is with an AL, and this form of retinol is less irritating than other forms of prescription retinoids. So if you have sensitive skin or if you're new to the beginner retinoid game, then this is one that you can definitely try. And this one has 3 main types of peptides that are not only anti-inflammatory, but also help make collagen. So this is something that you can use at nighttime. Of course, the price point of this is at $118, so it's definitely a lot more expensive. And as I said before, if you have a limited budget, you don't have to spend so much money on skincare. Save your money for in-office procedures that are a lot more helpful and a bigger bang for your buck. But if you do have money and you want to try these different creams, then that's why I give you slightly higher price points. Not that higher price points mean that the product's more effective, but certain products do have a better formulation and they have more elegant ingredients to help make them more effective and less irritating. So Elastin is another brand. They incorporate peptides into all of their skincare products, and they have the patented, what they call the trihex technology or trihex peptide technology, which is their patented blend of peptides. And so this is called the Restorative Skin Complex. It's about $198, which is very expensive. The studies that were done by the company, which I know are industry sponsored, so we always take industry sponsored studies with a grain of salt, but the studies did show an increase of collagen and elastin by about 30%. Very very few products help make elastin. That's why this company, also named Elastin, but with an A, that's why this company is so popular, because they have shown increase of collagen and elastin. And elastin is a protein in your skin that works with collagen to give your skin elasticity. Elastin also makes this regenerative skin nectar. Actually, let me show you the consistency. So this is the skin nectar. You can see it's kind of like a gel. And we tend to use this after laser resurfacing procedures. So we have found that when we combine the nectar with laser resurfacing procedures, the wound healing is a lot faster. And then this is the skin complex. My hand is going to be so young. You can see it just kind of blends in really nicely. And of course, these products you have to use twice a day. They are expensive. There is research to support their efficacy. Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention is that the nectar also contains anti-inflammatory peptides. So it really helps with wound healing and decreasing inflammation after laser procedures. Skin Medica makes a TNS recovery serum for about $220, which I know is so expensive. This contains their patented TNS, I put that in quotes, which is the human fibroblast growth medium. Honestly, just a very fancy marketing term for just peptides. They help to stimulate collagen as well as help with decreasing fine lines and increasing firmness. So $220 is a lot. Now, Elastin and Skin Medica are what we call medical grade skincare lines, which really doesn't mean much. You know, medical grade is not a regulated terminology. It's overused when it comes to skincare as a marketing ploy. These two companies do have research to show efficacy. However, if, like I said before, if you don't have money or if you have a limited budget, if you want to try something cheaper, go for it. So that is all that I have for peptides. Now, most people use peptides and other skincare ingredients to help with their fine lines and wrinkles. But if you want to level up your wrinkle prevention game, then you have to watch this video next. This one gives my top 5 treatments for erasing wrinkles and preventing them. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please hit the subscribe button and share this video with others if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one.